So what's funny is that there were a couple of iPhones that have came out the last couple of years that if you actually ended up buying them, I do kind of feel bad for you. Now, not necessarily bad for you in general, just basically the iPhone decision choice that you've had. Either the iPhones got cut off early, or mostly the iPhones after and before it were kind of better than the specific iPhone that you may have actually bought. Now, these iPhones were actually the iPhone 10, and I'm going to start there. The iPhone 10 that came out in 2017 was the first $1,000 iPhone that Apple ever made. And what's very, very strange is that Apple's now in this weird phase where they're pretty much going to discontinue or drop support of this iPhone fairly early. I still have no idea why Apple's deciding to go down this direction. It is what it is. There's not much we can do about it, but I really do wish Apple were to go ahead and pretty much continue supporting this phone on iOS 17. But again, we're too late into its life cycle. There's no way they're going to change it now. But this was an iPhone that came out in 2017, the first $1,000 iPhone, brought so much to the table, and Apple pretty much just discontinued this thing pretty soon. I mean, I have no idea why they did it this early. They should have kept supporting this thing for as long as they could, but as of right now, it's probably not an iPhone I'd recommend people to buy, and it's honestly probably one of those iPhones I would recommend people to avoid for the most part. So in terms of that iPhone, that's kind of how I would kind of cover that one up. However, there's another iPhone out there too, which is the iPhone 12. I really do think that this is probably one of the weirder iPhones Apple's made, although it also changed a lot of things. It brought a newer body, brought OLED displays to the base iPhones. I do find it weird that Apple pretty much went through and changed very little things internally. Like, I feel like the iPhone from the iPhone 11 Pro to the 12 Pro, 11 to 12, whichever way you cut it, very small upgrades, but also they didn't really go ahead and change a lot of things. I mean, they went through and decreased the battery sizes from one iPhone to the other. The camera quality was pretty much identically the same. There were so many things that Apple pretty much could have done here, as well as fixing the battery health on these iPhones too. And the cherry on top was that the iPhone 13, in my opinion, in every single way, was better than the iPhone 12. It was very, very, it's almost like every other year Apple goes through and makes an iPhone that is just substantially better than its predecessor, and that was one of those years. So not only if you bought an iPhone 12 or a 12 mini, not only were you getting a way worse phone than the iPhone 13 and 13 mini, now it's like the iPhone 14s are so much better than the 12s, and even the iPhone 11 Pro is kind of better than the 12 Pro in some ways too. So, in my opinion, if there were any iPhones that I looked at and I was like, wow, like maybe these weren't the best deals of all time, those were probably the iPhones that I looked at in that specific situation. So, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.